Hello, this is Dr. Michael Hassan, the engineering doctor with INNOVATE, and this is a presentation number 1, Creativity and Innovation. This is a disclaimer for you to read. The objectives of this presentation are to convince you of your own innate creativity. You can do it. To help you release and increase your creativity. To expose you to systematic approaches to create and innovate, to present you with ideas for patents and consulting opportunities. And questions one may ask, like, I want to be an inventor, but I don't know what to invent. I want to be an inventor, but I don't know how to invent. How can I find a problem? Without a problem, you don't have really innovation, you don't have a product. How can I find a creative solution to my problem? Can I write a patent? How about one a year, one a month, and even one patent in every day? How can I find a consulting opportunity? Inventor's motto, keep it simple. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Einstein. Many difficult problems may have very simple solutions. Innovate for the common good. Why be creative? It is fun. Everyone has it. Creativity is all around us. Actively creative people have more rewarding lives. What is creativity? Creativity is a process of generating and manifesting a new idea. Ideas can come in seconds. Easy to forget. This is why always carry a pencil and a notebook or even a recorder to record your ideas. What is innovation? Innovation is taking creative ideas or creative solutions to reality. It is the real thing. Is the application of creativity. Application can take days, months, years, or even a lifetime to realize. May consist of several phases and may utilize other ideas and concepts. The innovation sequence. The first task in the innovation is fact-finding. This is done by asking questions. How you make your life easier, happier. So what's missing? So if you ask the people this question, you collect facts. Once you collect facts, you can generate the problem. So problem finding will be the step. Now, once you have a problem, you are looking for a solution. So you need a creative solution to solve this problem. Once you have a solution, you go into the systematic design of the product that you may think of. So you go to the design process. And once you finish the design process, you go through a lot of due diligence to approve your design, if you are working in a corporation, for instance. Then at the end, you bring this product to life. Problem solving is finding a solution to a problem is not the answer. Finding a creative solution is. Creative problem solving is the task of finding the greatest number of interconnections and interrelationships among vast and diverse internal and external resources, connecting them in obvious and not so obvious ways. The more seemingly remote the relationship is, the more the likelihood the originality in solution. What can I do to boost my creativity? There are many approaches to boost your creativity, and some of them are as follows. Take a walk. How many ideas you had while you are walking, jogging, gardening, washing dishes, or even driving? Gentle exercise helps stimulate the brain. Listen to music. Smooth music helps to enhance thinking. Music should be without lyrics. Increase your field of knowledge and never stop learning. And always exercise your brain, reading books, journals, transactions, application notes, talking to educated people, attending conferences or seminars, arguing about concepts, ideas, views, etc. Get engaged all the time. Games and puzzles are excellent brain exercises. Learn how current stuff works by visiting howstuffworks.com. I would like to learn how the printer works, how this machine works, how that machine works. So by learning how the stuff works, you will increase your knowledge. How things are made. For instance, how they put the syrup inside the candy. I want you to think about that. Other approaches to boost creativity, humor. Humor means having fun, and creativity needs a good dose of fun and play. Writing ability is considered to be a basic factor in creative aptitude. The act of writing forces you to utilize all phases of the creative process. Self-confidence. Do not fear failure. Travel helps you to refresh your outlook and expose you to new people, customs, ideas, and ways of living. Take photographs and keep a diary. Factors that limit creative thinking. Fear of criticism, lack of confidence, state of mind, body, and health. Being too busy, having conflicting goals and objectives. Stress, not allowing yourself enough time to relax. Ego, TV addiction, drugs, etc. Imitation is one of the important approaches used to create new products. How many ideas are really original? Original idea leads to a breakthrough invention. It is quite acceptable to imitate other ideas as a first step to creative thinking. Do not forget to cite references. One of the imitation approaches is you apply your imagination. You can choose a patent or a patent application from any website like the USPTO website, the Canadian website, the World Patent Office, Google Patent, and so on and so forth. Or you can choose a paper of your choice within your field of interest, article from a journal, transaction from a conference, and apply your imagination to imitate. So how you apply your imagination to imitate? There are really 9 steps that you can follow to come with a new product or a new idea for a new product. The first approach is you put to another uses. New ways to use it as is, other uses if modified. Adapt. What else is like this? What other idea does this suggest? Does the past offer? What could I copy? What could I emulate? Modify, new twist, change meaning, color, motion, sound, order, form, shape, other shapes, magnify, what to add or plus an ingredients, more time or greater frequency, stronger, higher, longer or thicker, extra value, duplicate, multiply or exaggerate. So this is the concept used in duplicate and multiply in designing the integrated circuit. We started with 1 transistor, then we added 2, doubled number of transistors on one chip, then we made 2,000 and 1,000 and 1,000 of transistors on a single integrated circuit. So by applying the concept of magnification, magnify, apply. On the other hand, minify, put to subtract, smaller, condensed, miniature or lower, shorter, lighter or net, streamline, split up or understate. Any old products really could be minified, be made smaller, less energy, and so on and so forth. So you can minify the shortcomings and the drawbacks of the product, and you can magnify the good things about the product, and you will have a new product. Substitute. Who else instead? What else instead? Other ingredient, material, process, power, place, approach, or tone of voice. Rearrange. interchange components, either that pattern, layout, or sequence, transpose, cause, and effect, change pace or schedule, revise, transpose positive and negative, or about opposites, turn it backward or upside down, reverse rules or change shoes, turntable or other cheek, combine, how about a new blend, an alloy, assortment, or assemble, combine units, purposes, appeals, or ideas, multitask or multifunction. Checklist. The checklist allows you to solve the problems that you encounter with during the innovation process. For every idea, sub-ideas, or concept, you can ask why it is necessary, where should it be done, who should do it, what should be done, and how should it be done. Brainstorming is an approach that leads to generating ideas in a group, where other people's remarks would act to stimulate one's ideas in a sort of chain reaction of ideas. Brainstorming session is best done by the following: have a well-defined and clearly stated problem, have someone assigned to write down all ideas as they occur, have the right number of people in the group, have someone in charge to help enforce the following guidelines: suspend judgment, record all ideas, encourage people to build on the ideas of others. The most important thing is we have to suspend judgment. We have to take all the ideas to solve the problem that we are looking to solve. Fourth analogy, another approach of imitation. The fourth analogy allows you to compare the problem, the device, or invention with something else that has little or nothing in common, and gaining a new insight as a common. For instance, as an example, a CEO designing a new corporation based on a matchbox. Yes, a matchbox. The matchbox has striking services on two sides. The CEO, the creator of this corporation, he wants a corporation with a protection against strikes. So by using the word strike triggered in him to come with a corporation with full protection against strikes. How he will achieve that is coming next. The matchbox has 6 sides. He will make the corporation with 6 divisions. The slide center section flexible. He will make a flexible management. A flexible management, it means everybody can be the CEO, the president of the corporation for a specific period of time. So it is a rotational process of leadership. And this will make everybody happy, and everybody will achieve a lot of experience by doing that. Now the matchbox moves with cardboard. He will make this corporation with expensive overhead to make it profitable with positive cash flow. Attribute listing. Attribute listing is just a marvelous and excellent approach of imitation. Here you will take a product and you break it down to smaller bits. We call them subsystems. And you find for each subsystem one or more alternatives, hopefully better alternatives, to make the product better, cheaper, less energy, lighter, and so on and so forth. Even you can use your applied imagination, the 9 verbs that we talked about, here to improve the product. For instance, we have improving a table lamp. The table lamp lists the features of the subsystems, like the casing, the switch, the bulb, the power supply, and the weight. The current attribute of the system, we have a metal in the casing, we have the switches on and off, we are using a bulb, incandescent or filament bulb, we are using an AC power supply, and the weight of our product is quite heavy. So the replacement will replace the metal, the casing from metal to plastic, the switch from on-off to on-off low beam, the bulb from filament to LED energy saver bulb, and the power supply from AC. We replace it with AC with a rechargeable standby battery if the power goes off. The weight is heavy. We will have a very light product. So by doing this, we will have a new product. Again, the ideas, the alternatives of this attribute, we have only one here. We can have more than one, and we can produce more products from the one that we are looking to improve. So here actually attribute listing will work on the of current products very well, and this is a very great example of imitation. Ask questions. If you have a problem, you can ask as many whys as you want until the problem is solved. As an example, a machine is stopped. So you'll ask the question, why has the machine stopped? The answer, a fuse blew because of an overload. Why was there an overload? The answer, there was not enough lubrication for the bearings. Why was not there enough lubrication? The pump was not pumping enough. Why was not lubricant pumped? The pump shaft was vibrating as a result of an abrasion. Why was there an abrasion? There was no filter allowing chips of the material into the pump. So we found the solution. There's a missing filter. So we have to change the filter, a new filter to avoid actually chips going into the pump and to get the pump running smoothly. Random input. Random input may lead to imitation or also may lead to a breakthrough invention. Random input works on stimulating the mind. Make the mind actually works to make connections. Here actually we will pick up a word in random. Whether this word we write it on paper, cardboard, pocket chips, we have different words, thousands of words on a bag and one word in a random. Or we open a dictionary and pick up a word from a dictionary in random. Or we pick up a word from a newspaper in random. Or we use a computer program to give us a word in random. Or we make 60 words and we look at the watch at specific second, we pick up word number 55 at the 55th second. Once we have the word, what we do with it? We list its attribute or associations, then we apply each of the items on your list and see how it applies to the problem at hand, and or we define new problems. So we make a new product. How does it work? Any random word will stimulate ideas on the subject because the brain is a self-organizing system and very good making connections. So it may work. It's a good thing to try. Problem reversal. Another actually way of imitation. You state your problem in reverse. You change positive statement into a negative one. You try to define what something is not. Figure out what everybody else is not doing. Use the what if comparison. Change the direction or location of an attribute. Flip-flop results. To this theory is really a problem-solving approach. It is the theory of inventive problem-solving founded by Gingrich Ashura. Worked actually in the patent office, in the Russian patent office, and it provides a systematic approach for engineering design. It's good for the problem-solving. Assumes that all engineering systems have a uniform equation. Any inventive problem represents conflicts between old system and new requirements. Conflict is a physical contradiction between two different values of the same parameter. TRIZ defines an ideal inventive system by a factor D, the degree of ideality. D will be the sum of benefits divided by the sum of expenses plus the sum of harms. Ideal system is achieved when D approaches infinity. So we need really to reduce the expenses and reduce the harms and increase the benefits to achieve an ideal system. So as I said, it's really a problem-solving approach, giving a lot of alternative solutions to problem, and there we pick up the best one by increasing the value of D. Examples: the Boeing 737. We would like to replace existing engines with more powerful ones. To do that, we need actually a larger diameter of the cowling, so the air intake will be much more, so we need more air to increase the engine size. So the cowling has to have larger diameter. If we increase the diameter of the cowling, the ground clearance will get less and less, and this will be very dangerous. So we need to keep the ground clearance the same, and we need to increase the cross-sectional area of the cowling. So the solution is we change the shape of the cowling from a circular shape to elliptical shape. Okay, so by this we increase the air intake, we increase the cross-sectional area of the cowling, increase the air intake, and we keep the ground clearance the same. Don't change the ground clearance. So the problem solved by using TRIZ. Another problem, another example, is the sealing of the glass ampoules. Those ampoules used in medicine. And if you seal it, by applying heat, you will basically spoil the medicine. The medicine gets decomposed. To avoid this problem is you increase the size or length actually of the glass ampoules, and the neck of the ampoules will make it much longer, far away from the medicine. So when you seal the top after you put the medicine in, you see the tip of the ampoules, the heat will not transfer to the medicine, and the solution, the problem solved. Now, intellectual properties. The main intellectual property is patents, and there are 3 types of patents. A patent provides exclusive rights to make, use, sell, and offer for sole invention for up to 20 years for the utility patents. The utility patents protect useful processes, machines, article of manufacture, and compositions of matter. There's also design patents, which guard unauthorized use of new, original, or alternate designs for articles of manufacture. The plant patents protect invented or discovered asexually reproduced plant varieties. There's another intellectual property known as trademarks, which protect words, names, symbols, sounds, or colors that distinguish goods and services. Copyrights protect books and authorship, articles, writing, music, and works of art that have been tangibly expressed, protected for the life of the author for 70 years. Trade secrets are information that companies keep secret to give them advantage over their competitors, such as the Coca-Cola formula. Patent development, how you can develop your own patent. There are many options. You can hire a patent attorney. You can write your own patent. You can submit a provisional application and market your patent for a 12-month protection. You can say, I begun patent action, or I have patent pending. Okay, and you need to ask a lawyer actually for full protection. Or you can submit a non-provisional application, and also you can market your invention or license your invention. But again, actually having a lawyer would be extremely useful, and you have to ask a lawyer in every step. So I'm not giving you any legal advice on this. So you have to see a lawyer for patent protection. What is next? Once you protected your invention, you can start marketing your invention by saying, I have begun a patent action. Consulting opportunities. You can do consulting in innovations by preparing your CV as a consulting CV, and actually IEEE USA give many samples of CVs, good CVs for consulting purposes. You write also a cover letter, and you find an employer that's willing really to use your services. There's a site called thomasnet.com, which gives many local employers in the area of specialty. Consulting opportunities, if you wish to do it on your own, you can make your own corporation, and you can apply for a grant from Small Business Innovative Research called SBIR, offered by many government agencies, or the Small Business Technology Transfer STTR, which you need to do with a university, and again, many actually government agencies, they offer STTR. You can check prospective agency by visiting their website or by Googling the word SBIR. Actually, you may have a lot of hits. And you look at the time and the deadline, then you apply for the proposal. If you are successful, you will get actually the grant and the research assignment. Creative examples, we said, are very useful in boosting your creativity. Magic Square is a very simple square used to generate actually a fixed sum, a constant sum for every row, for every column, for every diagonal. So for instance, in this square, in this magic square, we have 8 plus 1 plus 6 equal to 3 plus 5 plus 7 equal to 4 plus 9 plus 2 equal to 8 plus 3 plus 4 equal to 1 plus 5 plus 9 equal to 6 plus 7 plus 2 equal to 6 plus 5 plus 4 equal to 8 plus 5 plus 2 equal to 15. How about if you make really another square with sum equals to 12 or 5 or even 0? So you may really make figure out how the square is done as a good creative example. This is another example for another square, but it is 5 by 5, just larger size. I thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe. See you soon in the next presentation. I will have another presentation about innovation and creativity, which is presentation number 2. Sincerely, Dr. Hassan.